Local leaders expressing their thoughts on the verdict. Charleston Police Chief Luther Reynolds, you just heard him a second ago, also said in part, quote, "I have not spoken to a single officer since May 25th when we watched the violent murder of George Floyd who had anything but disdain, disgust, and trouble with what that officer did, how he acted, and the trauma he caused George's family and our nation. We have much work to accomplish in the days ahead as we persevere towards a better place."
Anthony Scott, the brother of Walter Scott, who was shot and killed by former North Charleston police officer Michael Slager, weighed in on the jury's verdict, saying, quote, "They got it right. Amen." U.S. Representative Jim Clyburn hosted a news conference today after the verdict was released. The House Majority Whip said this trial and guilty verdict will ignite conversations that the country hasn't had in a long time. And he's hoping to see changes in police departments across the nation.
And so you pray for a verdict like this one, you get it, but I want everybody to understand that this verdict, hope will allow us to get some people to listen and understand why the George Floyd Justice in Policing Act needs to become law.
U.S. Representative Jim Clyburn, in addition to those comments that you heard, also tweeting that it's time for the good people of this country to get into good trouble. We must get rid of bad apples and make sure this country's greatness is accessible for all.
U.S. Senator Tim Scott said in a statement that, quote, "There is no question in my mind that the jury reached the right verdict and that he believes in the goodness of the country and that we can and will do better."
And U.S. Representative Nancy Mace also tweeted after the verdict saying, quote, "The murder of George Floyd was a heartbreaking tragedy. Clashes with law enforcement should not end in death, period. I pray our country can work peacefully toward needed change."